I want to thank all of y'all for coming out and partaking in what we do. This is our 5th year, man. We about to take it a lot further, man. But once again, let's get back to what we doing. I'm about to jump off the stage because I can't even be on the stage with all this energy right now, man. And I thank everybody here. So without further ado, what I'm gonna do is let everybody give you a little 2-3 minute synopsis of who they are, what they do before we move forward. So you know. Who we got, the producers, give a little short discography of some of your greatest hits, you know, some of your current stuff and what you got going on, where we going, man. Let's keep it short, let's keep it brief, let's keep it going on the line so we keep the information flowing, all right? I thank you guys, man. Give it up for the panelists real quick, man, if you can, man. These guys are taking our time to give out their jewels, man. These are very busy guys, man. So we're gonna start with my brother Silky Don. Come on.
Well, first of all, thank you, Manny Mad Dog. Appreciate you. I'm glad to be up here with all the other panelists as well. I'm a little different. These guys are producers. I come from the sync, licensing, and publishing side. So I'm privileged to be up here with these guys as well. Started out basically working with folks like Mos Def, Coogee Rap, the Bush Babies. Worked with GP Wu and went on, had a little stint at Universal for 8-9 years or so in the system. And then started consulting and found myself in the space of publishing, sync, and licensing. Because these producers know, sometimes when you're trying to get music placed and worked, it's a process. So I wanted to find other avenues for my writers to get things done. And that's what I've been able to work on and do. And work with a bunch of different brands, and also get some, good placements, commercials, and film opportunities and stuff as well. All right, appreciate you guys.
Come on, Cash.
Appreciate the opportunity, Mad Dog.
A large award-winning producer, Cash Clay Beats. Good.
What's up? I'm Cash Clay Beats, Grammy-nominated platinum producer. Been producing records since like 2003. Moved to Atlanta, originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Moved to Atlanta back in '98, went to Morehouse College. Worked with a lot of, built my network from that point. Went to school with the business and different other producers and kept building my relationships with different artists. And a lot of my placements that I've got come from the networks that I built with, just people going to school with. I own 2 barbershops too. So a lot of the artists come through my barbershops. K-Camp, I got a record with Racks Like This, featuring Moneybagg Yo with K-Camp. They came through the barbershop, because I had to. I cut Walker, I cut a lot of different artists too, hair. So I just use all my networks and all my talents to get me to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So going on, I met Iman Shumpert at a studio. He rapped too. So he ended up introducing me to Migos. So that's how I got the record Kelly Price featuring Travis Scott on the Culture album. And that went platinum, and that's where the Grammy nominations come from. So that's just a little bit about me. I do engineering, and then we got our clothing line Street Certified. So we just out here trying to work. Appreciate y'all.
Let's go. We got the publishing guru coming up next, man. Publishing guru? Well, you need to talk to that man. That was my business manager, one of my partners on several projects, man. Even the Carly Red project where we co-manage her. Y'all know her from Loving Hip Hop and all that. Not Loving Hip, Loving Hip Hop, my bad. But that man, I've watched him do 20, 30 deals a year, man. He's incredible. Y'all really, if you are a writer, if you're an artist, if you do music publishing or retain your own catalog, that's the main need. So give it up for my man Prince Howard, the publishing guru.
Thank you, Manny, for that
Good intro,
amazing
right?
introduction. I don't think I need to say anything else. What do I say? Nah, but my name is Prince Howard. I'm originally from Atlanta, from the West Side. Went to Harper High School with The Dream, Terrace Nash, Bankhead, Adamsville. I'm a real dude, you know what I'm saying? I went to college, of course. But the musical scene that where I'm from was shaped in those 5 exits here in Atlanta. So through that, it guided me later on into the music game I was a financial advisor by trade, came into music as an
Get that
investor. And I had an artist from Australia, and Drumma Boy was one of the first producers to work with my artist. Isn't that crazy? So that's 15 years ago. So my career has led me into publishing. My client, Stoopid Beats, Cash Clay, I offered him a deal. He didn't take it though, but
We did do
but
that.
that's my guy. But that's my guy. And so I've been able to really affect change on the publishing side by educating first, not just giving out deals, because everybody can give out a deal, but understanding what publishing is and the percentages and what you need to own.
We're about to explain that, man, so come on.
Yeah. So, but definitely.
Don't get ahead of me, man.
But oh yeah, definitely. But appreciate Manny.
Hold on. Y'all know who this man is? Y'all ever seen that face? That's Drumma Boy Fresh. You get it? It ain't Drumma Boy Fresh. House of Fresh. Award-winning. Man, that's the guard body right there, you know what I mean? And give it up to his brother, man. If y'all had an opportunity to ever meet Insane Wayne, y'all know that was the guard, man. One of the blessed brothers, man. He's not with us right now, but he's with us right now because he's overseeing what you're doing. He don't like doing these things. And he told me earlier, I'm here because of you. And I appreciate him. That's the love that we got. That's the network. I told y'all, man, your network is your network is your net worth. But that's Drumma Boy Fresh, man. Give it up for him again. Come on.
Already, man, real quick. A lot of people think I'm from Atlanta. I've been here. I'm blessed to have the welcoming of Atlanta. I've paid so much homage and respect to the people in Atlanta. But I'm born and raised out of Memphis, Tennessee. I came up with a guy named Yo Gotti. And one of the first songs I did for Yo Gotti was That's What's Up. When you see me, shout it, pop, you call it, then you holler, that's what's up. So me and Gotti was like, I was like 15, 16, Gotti was like 18. And just seeing him at a Ridgecrest, you know what I mean? First of all, like, I'm from South Memphis, so I'm like from the hood.
Give it up to Memphis.
And I'm a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air story, you know what I mean? Like, almost, my dad in the orchestra, my mama in the opera, and I'm in the streets of Memphis. So it's a crazy ass combination with the blues and the country and bluegrass and
the combo.
Justin Timberlake and all this shit. So I always call my music gumbo, cause I used to wake up listening to my dad practice, my mama in church choir, Baptist church, and you know, just getting the vibes from the church, kind of like a 1500. So I took all of that knowledge of music, and I had an older brother, R.I.P. Insane Wayne, who kind of gave me the motivation to make beats.
Yes.
Him and Jazzy Faye was best friends. Jazzy Faye from Memphis, all of them was hanging together. So like my brother generation, I think my brother would have been 50. Jazzy, Slice T, Carlos Brody, all the legendary producers out of Memphis. That was the generation after like the Alexanders. James Alexander was Jazzy Faye.
That's right.
The Barcades, and you know what I'm saying? Stacks, and like Isaac Hayes was one of my mentors. So just coming from Memphis, I started producing with Yo Gotti, and then 3-6 Mafia, Gangsta Boo, got a call from Pastor Troy, you know what I mean? Did a song for him called Make 'Em Get That Money Right, Pop That Pussy, Make 'Em Get That Money Right. I wasn't even old enough to get in the strip club. I was 20 and got on in Atlanta, but I understood strippers, the importance of them requesting your music on their set, and took off. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, Rocco, I'ma Do Me, White Girl, Jeezy, Block, everybody started calling, and the rest is history. Y'all know what's up after that.
And it's all been lovely. It's all been lovely. Now, woo, I don't even know how to say it, man. Y'all ever heard of Mr. Hanky Beats? Come on, man. All them hit records, but I'm just gonna tell you one, and I'm gonna let him tell the rest, where he came from. His greatest, not great, no, I'm sorry to even say it like that. His last big hit right now, if you ever heard a record called, I'm living my best life, baby. Yeah, that's that man right there. That's who you want. You want them hits. You know what I'm saying? If you're an artist, you're a producer, you're a label, you want them hits, man. So come to Mr. Hanky Beats. Go ahead, my brother. Tell them what's going on.
What's up? I'm Mr. Hanky.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. I'm Mr. Hanky, producer. I started off working on the Collar Part. One of my first placements was with Young Jeezy. What's the record? What you talking about on the Inspiration? Then after that, Soulja Boy, before he went crazy. Then Wobble, VIC, Walk Around the Club, Fuck Everybody, Smart Girl, Dumb Voodoo, B.O.B., California, Young Dolph, Colonel Loud, Rico Barrino, On the Way, Luke Nasty, bunch of other street records, and like you said, Lil Duval, Living My Best Life.
Give it up. Now, we're going to go on to one of the hottest, new, freshest producers, man, in the business, man. Y'all know anything about Stoopid Beats? Y'all heard that name. I know you heard the tag. You know what I mean? That's my brother extraordinaire. Like I said, he's way on the come up. Award-winning already, been doing this thing. Holla at the family, Stoopid Beats, man.
What's going on, people? You know, I go by Stoopid Beats, so don't call me B and whatnot. I produce records such as Differences for Rich Homie Quan, Pain for Derez Deshaun, Mind Right for TK and Cash. Did like 20% of Lucci's first album, whatnot. And born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, SWAT's raised and whatnot. So I've been doing this music about 10 plus years. And my manager,
There you go.
you know, publishing guru, that's who managed me.
Puff Guru.
Helped me, guide me through my career and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I got a couple of artists that I'm getting ready to come out with, doing a record label now, trying that little venture for a minute, see how that works. And I'm just ready to bring this new artist out to y'all. His name is True and whatnot, so I'm getting ready to drop some new music on y'all and whatnot. And other than that, shit, I hope y'all keep rocking with me.
That's what I'm talking about. Give it up for Stoopid Beats, man. Now, this brother right here, man, I ain't even gonna say much because I'm gonna let him talk for himself, man. Living legend already, you feel what I'm saying? If y'all don't know the name, get to know the name, man. You feel what I'm saying? Mr. Bivens, can you tell him what's going on, baby? Come on,
Thank you.
give it
thank
up.
you. How everybody doing today? That's good. I'm Rockie Bivens. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I started my career with Mr. R. Kelly. We created Rockland Records,
Yeah,
of
know.
course. Then I was fortunate to meet my lovely wife on tour, Ms. Latasha from Escape. Give it up for my wife, y'all.
Yeah! Skate, baby.
So I started off as Rob's bodyguard, and then I started performing with him. And, you know, with Rob, you can't get too much attention, so I had to get off the stage and go behind the scenes. That's where I met Barry Hankerson, and he kind of said, listen, you got something. I'm going to show you this game. So he kind of gave me insight, you know, about music. When I met Escape, I ran into a young dude named Jermaine Dupri, and he like, man, you got something. You know, you should come to Atlanta. So I came down to Atlanta, went in the studio with him, and instantly I'm like, hey, listen, I need to see Escape. So, you know, Jermaine was looking at me like, you know, I want you to, you know, come on board with So So Def. I'm like, nah, I need to see Escape. So, you know, all the while I was sneaking from R. Kelly to be down, you know, with Jermaine. And when I ran into Tasha, I was like, hey, listen, I can do something for y'all. So I began to manage Escape and, you know, change their whole career. And then I ran into a lawyer by the name of Larry Rudolph. And I did a unique deal with Larry. You know, I told Larry, you teach me music industry law, and I'll give you Escape. You give me an office at your Park Avenue office space, you give me office space, and you teach me this game, and I'll change the world. And he brought a young artist to me by the name of Britney Spears. And from that, history was made. Tamar Braxton was my first artist that I ever signed. And from there, I just went on signing writers and producers, Chef Tone, Lil Ronnie, all the records from I'm a Flirt to Say Ah to Invented Sex, you know. So I continue to try and sign artists, writers, producers. The return of Escape, you know, was magical, and it's about to be magical again. You know, after 20 years, no records, sell out 29 arenas across the world. You know, it took a lot of preparation, teaming up with Mona Scott and TV and movies and all that. So I'm continuing to move the needle forward, signing new artists, writers, producers, and, you know, keeping this music industry legacy going. Thank you.
Breathing. You're empowering us. I appreciate you, brother. That's tremendous. Now, last but not least, man, we got the future. Cause thank you. Trap De Niro is the future. In case y'all don't know, he's managed by myself and Miss Arlinda Garrett. You know what I mean? He is the future of what we see. He's already done a lot of records under his wing, man, just as a young brother coming up. And I wanted to put him on the panel to create the dynamics between the new and the seasoned. I'm gonna say old because I'm not old yet. The new and the seasoned. You feel what I'm saying? So that you can feel the dynamic and the economy of what's going on here. But Trap, tell them what's going on. Tell them the records you worked on already. Come on, Future.
How everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Thank y'all for coming out. Miss G, Manny, salute. But yeah, I've been producing for 15 years. I started in junior high. I was 14, so I grew up in a church environment. You know, I went to church every Sunday. So I grew up on gospel and, you know, old school vibes and everything, but then I heard Master P and he changed my life. And I said, man, this is my genre of music right here, so before you know it, I just started producing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I started producing and then I stopped for 6 months. I was like, this is the hardest shit to ever do. But then I just said, let me just start over and then I'm here now, so. But I work with Dobie, T.I., Juicy J, Trillville. I won a Golden Globe from, if y'all are familiar with Dobie? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I produced that Let Me Find Out. And I'm the baby of the group, you can say, of this panel. So I just want to thank Manny and Miss G for having me up here. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Yeah, the future, baby. Come check in. All right, man. I got all these incredible people here, man, and really, I'm gonna keep it short on what I'm gonna talk to them because I really want to take it out to the people and allow y'all to have a conversation, man. And because I know if I'm sitting out there's some things I want to know from these brothers. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try and speak as best as I can on your behalf and create a conduit and create some information that y'all can take home with you, man, and do something. Right now, and I gotta ask all the producers, man, because this is, you know, I'm not an equipment dude, I'm not a producer, man, I'm an executive. So I don't know what they do, I can't do what they do. And the reason I say this is because cats is always coming to me and asking me, what's the hottest beat machine? What's the hottest equipment? What are you making your records on? Because, you know, obviously if I'm gonna try and be one of y'all, I'm gonna emulate y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got the NBC, you got the whatever it is, I don't care. I want to do what y'all doing. What are y'all working with right now? What's the equipment that you feel is your thing right now? I'm with this all day. This is my baby. I take it with me. I go to the bathroom with this bitch. Wherever you want to start, let's go. Who want to start first?
Me personally, I wouldn't say there's like what's the best. It's really what worked for you. Like whatever you can use that make the same exact sound. All the programs are pretty much all the same. It's just all about your VSTs, your sounds, your drum kits, and all that. It's just, can you work that program? That's really what it's about, honestly.
Who else gonna try?
I agree. I use Logic personally, but a lot of people be on Fruity Loop nowadays. I like Fruity Loop, but like you said, all of it, like the VST is the same. You know what I'm saying? I got an MPC. I got Logic. I got Fruity Loops too, and I try them all because I might get a different feel from a different program. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to experiment with all of them, but Logic is my go-to, and I record vocals in Pro Tools. So,
Hanky?
I mostly use Pro Tools for everything because what I was doing, I would do my beats on another program or whatever, and sometimes I would lose quality of the sounds. So one day I just started doing it on Pro Tools and what's the other one? Studio One? Yeah, but I still go to MPC at the end of the day.
Back in the day. Yeah. He's still beating?
I still got to feel it, you know what I'm saying? You know, the programs are cool, man, but it ain't nothing like actually touching it. And
touching them pads.
Yeah, it don't never get old.
Because you get that aggression out. Trap.
Well, I'm simple. I use FL Studio on my keyboard. That's all I need. So I'm just simple. That's it.
You see, that's the future. That's what most of y'all at. You know what I mean? Now I want to know, and I'm gonna ask the producers again. I want y'all to tell me, when you sit down to program a beat or do a beat, what inspires you? Like, what's going on? You getting high? You drinking? It might be, there might be a lady in the room, you know, and some fornication going on or something. I'm trying to figure out, I don't know. I just want to know what is, because I don't get inspired like them. And my understanding for years, as long as I've been in business and talking to producers, man, they say that y'all see things in colors. I see things in colors, but it's not necessarily a beat. We 420 friendly, but anyhow, I just want to know, I want to ask from the producers, what inspires y'all, man, to do what you do? You know what I mean? Do you go in thinking about like you, drummer, do you go in thinking about an artist, and I'm doing this beat for Jeezy, or I'm doing this beat for, whoever you might be doing, T.I., Rock, or whatever? Or do you go in and just be like, yo, let me get creative, I feel something tonight?
It depends, like, all right, if I'm making beats and I'm home alone, like when I was making, I always think about this one beat I put on for my city. I'm pissed off like a motherfucker, bro. I'm so hot. And I had just, it's like, you got a nigga who, as producers, it might be a period where we making 3 months, man, nigga, we done made about 300,000-400,000. Or 30,000 or 40,000, whatever. And then shit, it'll be 2-3 months where, man, nigga ain't making nothing. You know what I mean? Then you got a nigga who just call your phone, man, shit, bro, I'm ready. Da-da-da-da-da, woo-da-woo-da-woo. I'm coming, I want to do the whole album project. I'm coming with 100. My manager approved everything, this and that, the third, da-da-da-da-da. And then you kind of dependent on that. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily spending the money before you get it, but it's like, damn, okay, I got a nigga on the way from Birmingham with 100. I can do this, I can do this, I can pay this, I can get these other sounds, I wanted some more keyboards. And shit, the niggas called like, we ain't gonna make it. You know what I mean? And it's always like, you ain't depending on it, but it was just like, man. You know what I'm saying? So every time I done needed money, honestly, straight up, I make beats. That's how I write currency. I always looked at it like, man, I just came up with an idea out my head and made $1 million motherfucking dollars out this shit. Like, I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit right here, nigga. And so I started making a beat, and it was crazy because my favorite ball player is Michael Jordan, of course. And my favorite fucking shit to watch would be the Chicago Bulls anthem when they turn the motherfucking lights off. And it'll be and I was like, all right, I'm gonna flip that shit. And shit, I went upstairs, nigga turned all the lights off in the studio, and it was just the green lights from Pro Tools, the blue lights, you got the yellow lights, the red meter lights from the mixing board.
Them colors.
And, ooh. Now that wasn't playing, but that shit was cold as a motherfucker. Damn. I feel like motherfucking Cedric the Entertainer up in this motherfucker, nigga. They got my shit cued, nigga. Damn. All right, DJ. All right, DJ. We good. I feel like Cat Williams in this motherfucker. Damn. Shit. Hey, but that moment right there, you know what I'm saying? It took me back to when my brother walked me in the first studio ever in my life, and I felt like I was in a spaceship. That's what made me fall in love with making beats. So in that case, making beats by yourself, you get inspired by whatever inspires you. You just go there. You know what I'm saying? Some people go through old crates, listen to old records, and get inspired by Frankie Beverly or Marvin Gaye. Now on the flip side, let's say you get a work for hire. Beyonce wants you to come make some beats, and you in trap mode. You might wake up wanting to make trap music, but now the test of music theory might come out. Well, we need some key changes. Oh, we don't just want loops. I need a bridge, a hook, a verse, an intro, an outro. We need, you know. So that's where the Quincy Jones in me kind of come out, where, okay, I can conduct the orchestra, I can read or write, arrange, compose. You know, we can put together a live band. You know what I mean? We can call in the top songwriters, you see what I'm saying, and present it to the top A&Rs, executives or whatever, and deliver, because you gotta work for them. You gotta deliver to them what they want. Hey, I want something up-tempo. You might not be good with making up-tempos. What you gonna do? I need a ballad. You know how to make power ballads? So it's about having that expansion. And if you don't have music theory, bring some of those people from the church that you cool with. All right, I know the bass player, I know the key player, I know this person. And then vibe through them. You know what I mean? When I did Rick Ross, Here I Am, it was just about bringing that band to the table. That was the first Drumma Boy live. You know what I'm saying? Live bass, live drummer, live piano with the MPC. And just meshed all of that, analog,
that's
digital.
the mesh.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got to be able to do it all if you want to be well-rounded, or it's going to be a lot of work that you miss out on. Movie scores, soundtracks, things of that nature, being able to do it. They're going to call you. If you can't deliver in time, 24 hours, guess what? I'm going to call Mr. Hanky. Guess what? I'm going to call Trap De Niro. Guess what? I'm going to call Polo. I'm going to call, you know what I mean? So
You're going to make it right.
be prepared.
Yeah. Anybody else want to chime in on that? Are y'all feeling good? Go ahead, Hanky.
For me, it's piggyback off what Drummer's saying. It was a time when I did Walk Around the Club, Fuck Everybody, and everybody kept calling me for them kind of beats. So after a while, I was like, God, I could do other shit. You know what I'm saying? So I never forget. Shout out to Ms. Arlinda. She hooked me up. She was working with Colonel Loud at the time, and he was he's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, man, why are we trying to, do this young boy shit? Let's make some grown man music, And for me, like he said, we listened to Frankie Beverly Mays, and I was like, damn, ain't nobody ever touched this Will One record, And at the moment, it was just a, I was like, fuck it, let's try it. And I originally did it for Jeezy, Boosie. I shopped the record around, and anybody up here tell you, you might send a record in, you might have to send it to 40 different people before it really get placed. And finally, man, sat down with Colonel, we listened to it about 3 or 4 more times. Dolph walked in, and he was the last person on the world I thought would get it. And he just walked in and started rapping, and that was it. So the inspiration really comes from trying different stuff, not want to be caught into one box. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. All right, well, I'm about to jump real quick. You want to say something real quick? Okay. I want to jump real quick. I want to touch the publishing side because it's so important, because at the end of the day, you could make beats for days and sit in your house and have 400 or 500 beats, and guess what? If you ain't got a publishing situation, you ain't got somebody that can place your records, you ain't got shit. It's a hobby. You know what I mean? You can stay home, listen to your shit, and rubberneck yourself all day. You know what I mean? But somebody understood what I'm saying. But I ain't got time for that. What I want to ask the publishing guru. I want to obviously ask Mr. Bivens over there, and I want to ask my brother, Mr. Silky Don. When y'all work with artists, man, and especially from this side in terms of publishing, because yours is more from the management side and things of that nature, but you do the business as well. You feel what I'm saying? What do y'all look for, man, when y'all looking to either pick up a producer, somebody that you could take for a pub deal? Like, at what point? Because we got any producers out here? And we got artists and writers and things. And I know y'all figured, man, I wrote 200 songs. I got a whole book. You know what I mean? Somebody should do some of my shit. Well, guess what? These are the brothers that can make that happen, man. So I want them to know, at what point are you looking at them? And at what point should they come and talk to you, where they can have a real conversation, as well as you, Mr. Bivens? At what point should somebody come talk to you? At what point in their business and the development of what they're doing should they be having a conversation with the 3 of y'all gentlemen? You want to start over here? Or we going to start with the publishing guru? You ready, Guru?
I'll start.
And then we're gonna go into the sync and the mechanical, and then we're gonna go into the business. So we're gonna take it like that, all right? So y'all can get all the information that y'all really need.
Well, basically from the publishing side, First of all, it's really about talent. I think it's about pushing, like if you're a songwriter, getting with the right producer, producers getting with the right songwriters, and marrying the two together to make a record. I think that's probably the most important part as far as the talent part. Business-wise, from the publishing side, this isn't an emotional business, the publishing side. It's basically black and white numbers. It's what I can see
What
on
do you mean
paper.
emotional? What does that mean?
So say for instance, like an artist, they're coming to a label and the A&R loves them and they say, we're gonna give you $250,000 without no proof of knowing whether you can sell a record. And they sign.
Forecasting, in other words.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, they're betting on the artist saying, okay, you're dope, I'm gonna put my machine behind you, and I think that you can do well in the open public, or, you know, you can sell records. Well, with publishing, it's different because you're dealing with numbers. So percentages in records, when you're writing and creating, knowing what percentages, how much is a percentage for 2 verses that you write? You know, what percentage do you receive for a hook if you wrote a hook on a record and you didn't write any verses? Those are the things as publishers we look at. So like Drumma Boy, he may produce a record and have 50% of a record. Well, that's a big chunk of a record. That means I can collect as a publisher on half of a record, broken down over how many streams, how many sales, royalty rates, you know, on sales of records. You see what I'm saying? So it's a numbers game for us, and that's all black and white. So if you are new and you don't have anything to go on, basically you are gonna have to be put in the room with songwriters, more producers, more artists who you think are gonna get placements or be in the public so that people are buying records. So from a creative side, you have the managers that's doing that. Then from the publishing side, once you have 1 or 2, 3 major placements, then you come talk to me, and then I'm able to pull the numbers and see what type of offer I can give you. That's really what it takes to get a publishing deal. So first, it's the creative, then getting with the right producers. Like if a writer's starting out, if you're working with a Cash Clay, a Drumma Boy, a Stoopid Beats, a Mr. Hanky, you doing something.
Something went right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're in the rooms with the major artists. All the new artists are coming to them to get placements or get their music so that they can be heard as artists. So from a business standpoint, from my side, it's all black and white. It's numbers. So when you come to me, now also, and I'll say this, I've been on the creative side and managed. So I manage Lyrica Anderson right now. So I'm doing her whole project. I'm putting it out. You know what I'm saying? So I go and look for innovative writers and producers that can bring a sound that we're looking for. So I know both sides, but I'm saying from a publishing standpoint, it's all numbers.
All right, that's how you pop up on the radar. Make sure your numbers are level. From the sync and mechanical licensing side, brother, this man does placements on EA Sports, a lot of TV shows that y'all watch, Empire, and so on and so forth. He's placed the music on there. Commercials with Revlon and so on and so forth. He's played some music on there. Just so y'all know, man, those are other revenue streams that you need to really look at, whether you're a producer, you're an artist, you're a label. You need to look at them situations, man, because it's so many outlets available, and especially with so many TV networks and so many TV shows and so much programming looking for new music all the time, background music, bed music, commercials, and things of that nature. This is the brother you need to holler at, man. I know this man 25 years. That's my brother. Get up, Silky Don. Come on, Silk.
All right. Yeah, basically what you're saying is exactly the truth when you're bringing something to the table. I would say across the board, creative-wise, first thing is make sure you do your background homework before you give a product to anyone. You know, make sure it's copywritten. Make sure you just have everything, your business, in order. And then when you are delivering it, make sure that you have it where it's full. You don't want to just say, okay, I'm sending something, and you're like, okay, I know you're going to get it because I understand it in my head, but it's not really it's not really formulated fully. You know, what I like to hear and receive is your complete full thought, where I'm not even trying to figure out what you're trying to do musically, but because what you delivered to me, I clearly get it. I understand it. You know, for me, it's never been a thing of, you know, having songs out already or anything like that. If I hear something that I know a brand that I deal with says to me, hey, this is what we're looking for, and this is what I need, and I'm like, wait a minute, I heard something that fits, because I have situations like that. I have deal with artists and deal with writers that never had a placement with an artist, but they have placements with brands. You know, 2 of my clients have, in the last 3 years, have done Super Bowl commercials. You know, those commercials are different than regular commercials due to
big money,
price-wise. You know, so that's a whole different, you know, you can get that from 10 artists, you know, what you can get from a commercial. So basically, you want to make sure that you're delivering a finished product, you know, and I say that to anyone. You know, don't, you know, if you're sitting with someone, y'all coming up creatively with ideas and everything, and he was talking about when you get to the publishing side of things, you come out of the studio, you make sure you know what your splits are. You know, they mentioned earlier on the attorneys panel, you got to know what you're doing. If you're writing a record with Drumma Boy or any producer, you want to know, like, okay, we already know you holding 50, I'm a writer, okay, I did the hook, you know, such and such did the verse. You want to know what your splits are. You don't want to wait later on and say, oh, you know, I did it with this, I worked with this, and then, you know, next thing you know, you hear that record out and you're trying to figure out why I don't have any credit on it, my name ain't on it, or nothing like that as well. Obviously, you didn't handle your business. You know, and so there's definitely other opportunities, even more so now. There's opportunities. I deal with the WWE. They just look for creative sounds that works for their, let's just say, actors. You know, that's what it is. I work with EA Sports, same thing. You know, so it's not necessarily just simply, I'm a producer, I'm a writer, and I'm going to do this for artists only. The field has opened up, you know, with licensing and sync even more so now. I'm working on a couple of, I can't mention it, whatever, but, you know, film situations. They didn't ask me for known producers. They just asked me for, hey, this is what we're looking for. I went through the whole, do the calls and everything, like, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna put something together, you know? And that's really, you know, where it's at, because the way the music is moving today, and then you have social media. I know folks that pick up stuff off of hearing it off of social media. You know, they'll contact me and say, well, man, I heard this, you know this artist or the producer that, I'm like, nah, I'm not familiar with them. You know, but they like their music. You know, so there's no true formula to this like it was at one time. You would think, okay, you gotta shop to the A&Rs, you gotta shop to this person. Just create good music and make sure you take care of your business before you pass it on, so you don't have any regrets to that.
There you go, that's what I'm talking about. Now y'all caught something off of that. Rockie, from your side, you're a businessman. What do they gotta come to the table with, man, to align themselves with you? If I was an artist, I'm a label, I'm a producer, I'm a writer, I wanna come do business with Rockie Bivens. What is Rockie Bivens looking for? What stands out for you?
Well, I mean, for me, it's a bunch of things. I'm an energy guy, right? So I'll give an example. I had a songwriter by the name of Chef Tone. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He wrote Invented Sex, Say I, Bottoms Up, it goes on and on and on. Well, he's from Chicago. And Chef Tone wasn't a songwriter, but while we were on tour, he paid attention to what I was doing, and that was intriguing to me because he watched my behavior. You know, he was like, you know, I'm watching how you move, and you don't move like everybody else, and so he caught my attention. And one day, I was with Mike Karen and Craig Coleman, and I said, Chef, I got an idea. I like your energy. You're a rapper, but, you know, if you rap, that means you can write. Your energy is great. So I'm going to tell them you wrote our R. Kelly song, so you were one of the co-writers. And they're going to believe me because I've been dealing with Craig Coleman for 20 years on behalf of Rob. So he was like, okay, I got to see this. So I went to Craig and Mike Karen and was like, this is the guy who co-writes with R. Kelly. Now, I was telling a bold-faced lie. You know, okay? Was, but I'm like, fuck it. So of course, Craig and Mike like, oh shit, Rocky, hey, we're just in a room like, let's do the biggest deal in life. And I'm like, okay, so they give us this crazy money. I mean, we do the deal, and so and then after we did a certain deal with Craig, then Big John came and we sat down and I did a crazy deal with him for Chef. Now we got all this money and we sitting at the Standard. A lot of these guys probably know because the Standard is like the start-off hotel before you pop off. And we at the Standard in LA, and Chef like, man, what the fuck did you just do? I'm like, man, I told him you wrote Rob shit, we gotta check it. He's screaming, yeah, but then he sat down and he was like, but I ain't never wrote shit. I said, this what you about to do. You about to turn that computer on and listen to all Rob shit and rewrite that shit.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he came up with Invented Sex. Sex Me, Invented Sex. And from that, we kind of restructured Trey's career behind, R. Kelly. So I say that to say he wasn't a songwriter, but he had great energy. And because of that great energy, it inspired me to use my relationships and skill set to, turn them into this big songwriter. And it goes on and on and on for artists as well. I look at this game like Monopoly. So I want y'all to pay attention. Everybody play Monopoly.
No fake money, though.
With fake money, but if you take your career, your craft as serious as you took Monopoly, then your ass will be rich. Because you trying to acquire every property, you trying to roll the dice, the pass, go for jail. It's all relatable to music. Now, I'm not gonna tie it right into the game because like these guys say, you gotta have the right manager, you gotta know all that stuff that they talking. Sometimes to me, I sit back and, even though I handle the business, I'm like, what the hell? I gotta know splits and percentages and have finished products. So with me, I'm the one that makes what they talking about make sense to you. But it's all about your energy and your passion. So I believe it's no deal that I can't get done. I can sit with any of these guys and work something out on behalf of who I'm representing and make it explainable to my client. Like, hey, listen, this is a good person to do business with. You're gonna get 50 cents every time this happens for the next 5 years. If this happens, this happens, this happens. So I just look for people who are passionate, great energy, and who, you don't have to be the best at what you do, because I'm quite sure these guys weren't as great until, like Drumma told the story about, I'm actually gonna have him sign some shit for me because he took my city and really put it on. I didn't know that came from the Bulls. Me and Michael Jordan are like close friends, so that was just, I'm sitting over here like, damn. But before he got to that point, he wasn't as good as he was, but he had the passion and something inspired him. So I'm quite sure his manager and everybody else sitting around like, damn, I'm glad he got mad, and that's how I feel. So it's all about energy. That's what I look for.
That's what I'm talking about. Bring that energy, man. Bring that passion. I tell cats all the time, I can give you the tools, but I can't give you the drive and the passion. Right. I can't give you that. That's just instilled in me, and it should be instilled in you, man. And know that this is an incredible grind every day. Everybody in this panel has paid their dues. They've been fucked over by somebody at some point. Everybody has. If you ain't been fucked over, you ain't doing business. You feel what I'm saying? Same way they tell you, if you ain't got no haters, then you ain't doing no shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I want to go back to my producers, man, and me as a fan of all of y'all, man, and what y'all done and the records that y'all done, the history started. I'm gonna start with Drumma Boy because I know we've had a conversation about he don't give a fuck about the money no more. It's about the passion. Didn't we speak about that?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Now, hold on. We ain't going there yet. Let me finish this thought. I got you. Okay? The money always good. Don't get it fucked up. You know what I mean? We love the money too. We live a certain lifestyle we got accustomed to at this point. But I'm just saying, like, at this point in your career, man, and what you guys have done, man, I mean, I got to a point when I was working radio that I said, yo, I'm done. Like, I did everything I wanted to do. I got these flags on the walls. I went around the world, you know what I mean? Like, you get to a point that you start getting shaky and start going, what's next? So at this point where you guys are at, man, and like I said, I'm gonna start with Drumma, and I need a comment from everybody, but like, what makes you wake up in the morning? What you passionate about? What's the next move? Like what would allow you, or what would make you want to work with one of these writers in the room, one of these producers, one of these labels, one of these independent cats? What is the state of mind that they got? First of all, they got to come at you at, and then I want to know, like, what you passionate about now. You know what I mean? Like, you done it, bruh.
I mean,
So always more to come, you know what I mean? But come on.
first and foremost, for me, it was about, like, I found out what my purpose was in life at like 14. You know what I'm saying? So I was blessed. I tell people, like, find out what your purpose on earth is. You know what I mean? And I found out that I was good with people. You know what I mean? It was like, I'm very therapeutic. You know what I mean? So even in high school, people was asking me relationship advice, or, man, what you think I should do with this girl, or what you think I should do with my homeboy, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Girls asking me information, guys asking me information. And my first job was selling shoes. So my first job when I moved to Cordova was just for feet. You know what I'm saying? And my homeboy, they put me in the combat zone. You know what I mean? Where you selling like Bobos and the $15, $10, $9.99 shit. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna go to the shoe deck. Everybody want Jordans and Nikes, Vapor Max, this and that. You know what I mean? So they was like, shit, if you can sell shoes right there in the combat zone, shit, you can make it back to the shoe deck. And within a week, you know what I'm saying? Like the kids was mad at me, but the mamas love me, goddamn it. I'm like, man, that little nigga, he finna grow out them goddamn size 6s, man. You don't even need to look at the Jordans, man. Fuck them Jordans. Kid, man, and the motherfucker look at them, man, like, man, you got my mama buying these weak ass shoes for me. Oh shit, I elevated quick, goddamn, a shoe deck. And then once I started selling Jordans and Nikes and Reeboks and whatnot, I learned how to you put the accessories with it. All right, you got the Jordans, but now you need the Jordan socks. You ain't gonna walk out of here with the Jordans. What you gonna match up with that shit, young nigga? You gotta put the suit on, nigga. You gotta, nigga coming in motherfucker with 150, nigga. He leaving spending 800, 900. Now mama mad, and the goddamn son have it like. So it's all about, you know what I'm saying, just having fun with what you do. I learned how to have fun. Like, that's the #1 key ingredient to anything that you do, whether you cook, clean, you a doctor, a surgeon, making beats. The fun part is what keeps you passionate about it. The fun is what allows you to make it through the bullshit when you're not making money doing it. The fun is what allows you to always look for more knowledge and how to be better. Like, the more you read, they say they hide everything in a book, and the more I learned how to read and just search for information, I will find sounds. Like, all my sound kits I built from online. Like, online is it's a free haven for kicks and claps and snares and this and that. Like, it's so you can just type free drum kit, nigga, and it's you know what I'm saying? It's Drumma Boy kit. I ain't never made a kit in my life, nigga, and it's Drumma Boy kits all over the planet. Niggas be like, man, thank you for that drum kit you made, dog. I like, all right, my nigga, that ain't mine, but okay. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was always about having fun, being passionate. I was a big brother. I was Boy Scouts. Man, I'm anything I could do. I'm from the volunteer state. You know what I'm saying? I wore orange just to represent my Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like, we volunteer, we stand up. You know, I seen so many kids who didn't have OGs, who didn't have big brothers like me. You know what I'm saying? So I did what my brother did for me. For all the other generation of producers, songwriters, and artists, everybody know when they come up to me, take a picture or want to woo, I stop. I'm real tangible. I'm touchable. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't on that bullshit. I stay humble, and that's what allowed me to stay so relevant and consistent.
Come on, baby. Come
For
on.
me, what was the question? The inspiration?
I just want to know, like I said, what still inspires you after all these years, man, to continue? Because at the end of the day, I've been doing this for 30 plus years, so it's about that longevity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these cats, man, they got 3, 4, 5 years under them, man, and sometimes they think they done something. You know what I mean? And I've been 30 plus. Most of these brothers have been around the same as I, man. So I just want to know from their perspective what still drives you, man, and what's the vision for you?
The main thing is just the possibilities, like, in today's time. You know, it's like, it's to the point, like, the industry now used to have to look a certain way, be under, 24, 25, whatever. And then I got a #1 Billboard song with a 41-year-old comedian. You know what I'm saying? So it's that possibility that every day you can wake up and change the world. You know what I'm saying? Inspire somebody, like, to do, you know, live their best life. Or, you know, they might have a bad day or whatever. You know, people always come up to you, everybody up here tell you, like, man, that song, I put on, it really, it touched me, and that's what really inspires me. The fact that you can inspire strangers from a thought that you just had in your house by yourself, sending your drawers, making a beat or whatever, and you can send it out to the world.
Right?
Nah, for real, you can roll over in the bed, make some shit, send an email to an artist, and touch the world. And like you said, that's huge because the business side of it. If you're doing it strictly for the music, the money, you ain't gonna last long. Cause
yeah, you already fucked up.
Yeah, it ain't gonna. Sometimes you might do a record, it be popping for a year and a half. You still ain't got nothing yet because of the business side of it, or a split sheet or whatever. It's just so many things that can make you mad on the business side. So my biggest inspiration is still the music.
There we go. Stoopid Beats, come on, baby.
My inspiration for real, I had my first job when I was 12 years old. I used to work at a barbershop. And then after that, I did a lot of fast food jobs and stuff like that, even at 14. The fact that I was like watching myself work for all these other people helping put money in their pocket, it just made me want to like produce and whatnot, make my own money, get up when I get up. Stuff like that, like I don't have to report to nobody. I ain't gotta call in and say I'm gonna be a little bit late to work, none of that. Like when you produce, you work for yourself.
You gotta answer you.
It's gonna be some late ass sessions, boy. Goddamn it, that motherfucking Columbia session. Goddamn it, man. 3 days. Goddamn it, we been started 2 p.m. Be out that motherfucking 6 a.m. And you gotta be back at 2.
You damn right.
You gotta learn how to handle your personal shit early.
Cash Clay Beats.
Biggest inspiration is just the love of music, period. Cause like when I first started, it was like 96. And I was 16, I'm an older cat. But I was rapping, and back then, we didn't have all that equipment like that. We had like boom box, and we had tape decks, you know what I'm saying? So I figured out a way how to record myself on the boom box, where you put one tape on one side, other side, you put another tape, you put a piece of paper in the one, you know what I'm saying? Hit record, plug the mic up, you got one take, you can't do all these takes and all these tracks and none of that. You got one shot to do it. So I came up, that's how I started engineering, really. So once I started getting the equipment and the Pro Tools and the Cakewalk, back Sonar and all them programs, that was easy to me. So I ain't never went to school for the music. I just taught myself. And really, I started in my grandma's basement in 96 doing that. So I took it from that point, started producing, and I just I love it. So I went through like crazy baby mamas breaking my MIDI keyboards, still making beats. Matter of fact, I was just telling my girl yesterday when I did Cocaina with Migos and Young Thug, I had just got kicked out of my baby mama house, broke my keyboard, broke all my stuff. So I got like a Uber, and she in the Uber going crazy. I can't get out the Uber. I can't leave. The Uber didn't know I was moving, so I packed all my stuff, all my equipment that I had left in the back of the Uber. So I get back home, I finally make it home. We didn't have to call no police or nothing. So I packed all my stuff up right away, made that Cocaina beat, straight up. Like, if you hear that beat, it's kind of melodic and crazy with the drums. So that was the mindset I was in. Got it played, shout out to Cheese Beats. And it's just really the love. Like, ain't nothing else gonna stop it. Like, if you get in the way of what I'm doing, like, I'm still gonna do it. Like even the other day, I just came from the Revolt Summit and all that, and I got on 2 barbershops I still cut. So I left the Revolt Summit, went to the shop, cut a couple heads, then went to my studio on Kyle Parkway, made a beat the other night. You know what I'm saying? People be like, when you got time to do all this stuff? I love it, so it don't bother me. Yeah. So that's really just the love that keep me inspired. You know what I'm saying? So I might not be the best or the greatest, but I worked hard. You know, I work hard at everything. Then I try to teach my kids the same thing. As far as like with the music, what I like about that is it can be like residual income. It can always take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
That pub money.
So that really draws me to the business of it and knowing that I can take care of my family, because that's what I do this for. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say too, like as producers, we make music off of emotion. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time,
producers are emotional.
I see cats like,
be honest.
It's been times where, let's say, it been an incident, especially in Memphis, some shit go down, whoop, 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 and shit. I got the power to handle this nigga. For real. I'm just straight up, like, nigga got the power to make this whole situation disappear. You know what I'm saying? And then that's negative energy that you drawn into, that now you got a whole side of consequences to deal with and repercussions to deal with, as opposed to, you gotta learn, in this industry, breathe. You gotta learn how to woo side. Y'all say it one time with me. For real. Woo-side. Y'all say it with me one time.
Go ahead.
Woo-side. Man, let that shit go, dog. Because the power of karma, that motherfucking bitch named Karma ain't no hoe, Jack. You feel me? Every nigga that did this whole shit or fuck shit, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna let God handle you. Hey, man, you know, you speak on R. Kelly, I hate to talk about this shit, but the first song I did with you ain't missing nothing for Tip. I did Ready for Whatever, My Life, Your Entertainment, You Ain't Missing None, and What Up, What's Happening on Paper Trail. That album came out 6 months before Whitney Houston album, Salute. I produced Salute. But R. Kelly put his name on that motherfucker 6 months, and the
see Rocky laughing.
It's crazy, because I sent this shit to R. Kelly. R. Kelly called me like, bro, you got Whitney Houston single. I'm like, what? I called my mama like, Mom, I got Whitney Houston single. Da, da, da. This is my first female plaque. But another thing, I ain't tripping. R. Kelly, you did that. You got me. Then the lawyers, everybody want to be on R. Kelly team because he makes so much motherfucking money. So the lawyers telling me, Tip like, I don't know what to tell you, partner.
I don't know what to tell you.
So I'm like, shit, man, fuck that shit. I just said charge it to the game. Guess what I do got? Fuck the plaque. Guess what I do got? I got Whitney Houston spirit, my nigga. She just sprinkling all this love on the nigga. Hey, good luck, R. Kelly.
See, I gotta jump in on that. Hold on, let me jump in.
Good luck, R. Kelly.
Hey, but that he's telling the truth, though.
Hey, Rocky, you got that right for him, though?
No, listen, hey, but
I'll take a spirit over a plaque.
Hey, you know, we still got lawyers in the building.
Listen, he telling the truth about karma, though. You know, unfortunately, you know, my friend is in a lot of trouble. But to be honest, I'll tell a quick story. I was 19 years old with Rob, and he told me, you know, come on, we about to go up into Jive. And, you know, him and Barry was at odds, so he like, listen, I want you to say that you know, representing me. And when they ask you how much I want you to tell them like $3 million. So, you know, Barry Weiss, Clive Calder, we all sitting there, everybody, and they talking about the 12-play album. This before it came out, you know. So I'm sitting here. I remember Kevin Hart said a story about when his mama said, you go to school and you tell her, and he put his clothes out. He's like, y'all get behind me, because I'm finna say. So Rob told me before. So when he got to me, make a long story short, they were talking about his album and his, you know, what he wanted. And he was like, you know, hey, man, Rock gonna tell you. I'm like, yeah, he want $20 million. Rob looked at me like he's finna kill me, right? And Clive Calder said, you got it. So when we left that meeting, Rob like, I love you, man. I got you. You rich forever. Well, I never got $1 from that. $20 million, I didn't get one dime. But it taught me a lesson.
It's an extra 17 million.
Damn, dog. So when I did that deal and I didn't get paid, I was supposed to get a Mercedes-Benz too. That was part of my deal. This was 1995. So I'm like, I'm about to be the man in Chicago. I got a Benz. I come from nothing. And I didn't get none of that shit. But what it told me was, from this day forward, I don't want nothing else that don't, you know, that I don't, you know, really earn. So I would never allow R. Kelly to pay me a check, period, right? And as sad as it is to say, I love him. And I'll share this, even though, you know, I probably shouldn't. But, you know, his lawyer's calling me to help him. So when he talk about karma, you know, sometimes you got to understand, you know, who you are. Don't let this industry, your fame, your money, decide who you are and how you treat people.
Yeah, give it up.
Real shit.
Rockie Bivens. So I got my brother's about to chime in real quick, Silky, and then if anybody in the audience has any questions of these fine panelists, let's start getting you up and lining up, man. I think we got about 20 minutes in my line, Jay, to kind of get this coming and going, then we're about to go into break time. So if y'all could just line up, you know what I mean, and Silky Don, go ahead, bro. He wanted to chime in.
Yeah, I just want to say something real quick.
Appreciate y'all.
To touch on actually what, like Mad Dog said something earlier, everyone up on this panel on stage right now definitely have a story. I thought I had a story till Rockie just said what he said about a 20 mil, but everyone has a story. You know, my whole thing has always been, you know, basically, you know, be a blessing, you would receive blessings. You know what I mean? So, you know, real quick, I just want to say this. I had met was introduced to a 16-year-old, you know, he's 24 now. A couple years back, he was in his basement just messing around with keys and doing music. Never put out a record or anything. He was introduced to me, and I said, man, I like what you're doing. Let's see what we can do. Let's work. So he was like, okay, cool. He sent me the track. I was sending it out and everything like that. So we ended up putting it out on TuneCore. Went out on TuneCore. There's no lyrics on it. It's just an instrumental. The song went certified gold through TuneCore, has over 700 million impressions online. It's been on television. No one even really knows his name, but if you hear his music, if you listen to any sporting channel, if you listen to any, it's been used in pretty much every Olympics, and it's called 300 Violin Orchestra. All he was looking for an opportunity and a chance. I gave him an opportunity, gave him a chance, and I still represent him today, but I say that because you never know where it's gonna come from. You know what I mean? So if someone approaches you, if one of these gentlemen say, hey, listen, I'm gonna do this for you, I don't want anything back. Trust me, God is gonna bless them 10 times over. Certain situations is gonna happen, but his blessings is greater than anyone else can do. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that
That's what I'm talking about. Give it up, man. Them words, man. All right, so we're gonna start with you. Let's keep it brief, straight to the point. Let me know who you addressing, and let's go.
Well, my name is Alan. I'm 15 years old. I'm a producer. I live in South Carolina. So basically, I got a question about leasing and like giving out exclusives. I've been doing this for like 3 years, and I'm new to it, but like I'm not making enough money. Like I have a job, but like it's not enough. Like I'm only selling beats for $175 and leasing them for $25. Like I need to know how to get my beats out there so I can sell them for more and get placement and stuff like that.
Who want to take it? I knew who was going to take it. I just wanted to say it, though.
You making money. I was selling bass tapes at 15 for $100 a pop. You know what I mean? Just a bass tape. Everybody had 18s and 15s and Alpine systems and whatnot. And I was at an all-white high school. They was rich as hell. All them folks had Mustangs, Corvettes. You know what I mean? And I was just selling bass tapes. You know what I mean? But for me, it's all about having a product that you own. You know what I mean? When you lease a beat, my problem with leasing a beat is that everybody gonna have the same beat. So people gonna start being mad at you. Cause like, damn, I heard this song before. Damn, why he said that to him? Damn, this song might be dope as hell, but then you got a corny ass nigga with the same beat. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of just waters you down. So it prevents the big people like Kendrick Lamar ain't really working with producers who leasing beats. You know what I mean? So you want to kind of start doing original music, because with original music, sell the exclusive cheaper. Give people exclusive beats. I started out giving, man, got it. Here you go. Here you go. You know what I mean? The name of the game now is digital assets. If you charge $2,000 for a beat, it's gonna come out your back end. It's gonna come out the recoup. You know, you're not gonna get any publishing until that label recoups that $2,000 they paid you. So why not just give Drake a beat or give email? Everybody got emails on Instagram now. It's a cheat code. Every artist that you look up to got a booking or an email in their bio on their Instagram, and just load them up with beats, information, and your contact information, and they're gonna hit you up. Watch.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
How y'all doing? My name is Priya. My Instagram is Priya ENT. I rap, cook. I got a song called Feed 'Em. I recently just did a song with Strap the Fool from Travis Porter. My question is to Drummer. Earlier you mentioned in the strip club you used to play your music on certain strippers' sets. Do you feel like today that is something that I can use to push my music out there?
I mean, in Atlanta, yeah. Houston, yeah. You know what I mean? Certain cities, even in LA, in Florida, New York, strippers kind of dictate to the DJs, you know what I mean, what's hot and what's not. Women tell it all. Women buy records, women are the supporters. So without them, if you're not, you know, same thing I told Plies, like, man, we did Shawty. Walker, we did No Hands. I'm trying to do records for the women. First song I did with Gucci Mane, it's a photo shoot. And we're doing those records that's got that bounce and that turn up that women can dance to, turn up to, that the strippers gonna dance to. You know what I mean? Like most producers, we make music for the strippers, at least in my mind. It's got to have a bounce, and that's where the Memphis bounce came from. We was applying all of our music to that world just for the simple fact that the DJs pay attention to what's requested. You know what I mean?
Thank you. The song is called Speed It Up, just so you know I'm fire as fuck, y'all did.
I appreciate you, love.
You gotta tip the trap too, though. You can't go in there and be doing no free shit, you know?
Yeah,
You gotta,
and one cheat code to the strip club too. Don't wait till, if y'all are independent artists, you know the strip club open at 3 o'clock, you know what I mean? So go in the daytime, but if you ain't got the money like that to, you know, yeah, go early. It's the same DJs, the same strippers. You ain't got to pay the part. You can go in there, buy a drink, and be cool. Like, know where you sit. You know, don't go in there try to compete with Gucci and everybody else in there, because your shit ain't going to get played.
You going to get lost.
Right.
Brother, your question?
Yeah, K-Tech songwriter, Chicago. I wanted to ask, well, directly, publishing guru. I've been communicating with you, and I know I saw the thing with Lyrical, which congratulations, your platinum plaque with the Chris Brown album.
Oh, he getting it right now.
You know what I'm saying? But I know
I need to check.
You were speaking about percentages earlier, so like, can you kind of, like, I know she did some co-writing, and then like the percentages per, let's say you just wrote one verse, or you wrote 2 verses, or you just wrote the hook. How does that kind of break down?
Well, basically, on the records that you saw on Indigo, there was probably 1 or 2 more writers on there and 2 producers, one being A1, and then another producer, Shizzy, which is an up-and-coming. So on her co-write, I think she did a verse. She wrote a verse and part of the hook, so she had like 15% in the record, in one particular record. So the records, sometimes, now it's rare you'll find a producer, one producer and one songwriter writing a whole record together. Usually it's multiple songwriters and maybe 1 or 2 producers now, because a lot of producers now are collaborating, which is great, because now you can collaborate with Drumma Boy, and he may be hot, and he'll get 2 or 3 placements, and you all will split the percentage. So say, for instance, on the production side, that happened. Then they would agree on 25%, which is 50%, which is the production side. Now you had a writer side, which is the other 50%. So a hook, you know, could be 20%. So it's a lot of what you all agree in the room creatively, but you have to know, of course.
Right.
So that part of it is, you know, knowing, you know, like a verse is probably 15%. You know what I'm saying? You got 50%. You know, I just had one of my songwriters, he wrote With You from Mariah Carey last year. And he wrote that record with Prince Charles and DJ Mustard and Mariah. Mariah is the star.
Right.
So that record was driven by her. She got 33%. Now her input, was it 33%? Maybe not. I wasn't in the room, but he and Prince Charles really wrote most of the record, but she, because of who she is, and she's gonna
Right.
what I'm saying? So hooks, 15. I went through this with D Fair on my first project. That was my first platinum project. I managed 2 producers on that album, and we went through the same thing. Who wrote the hook? How much is that worth?
Right.
You got Mook B and everybody in there going back and forth. And I'm sitting there in the suit like, come on, man, can we all get along? So, and this is when the album's supposed to go out, so definitely.
And I was gonna tell you too, like, do the split sheet on spot.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn it the hard way, especially if everybody in the room who created the record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man, do that shit right there on spot, bro. Cause niggas be losing memory. Once that shit blow up, they ain't give a fuck about that motherfucker when they left. Soon as that motherfucker hit the billboard, oh man, shit, man, goddamn shit right here, nigga. You signed, nigga. We got 5, 5, 5, 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Split sheets on spot. You go online, type in split sheets, download that shit, print that shit, man.
Real quick. I just wanted to shout out you. It was a dude, kid from Chicago, and around the time you started working with him, he was about to quit, but he was cold. And I appreciate you picking him up, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all. Listen, I got about 10 minutes to start wrapping this up, so I need to start running through these questions quickly because the panelists need to move on. Obviously, they got other things they have to do, but at the end of the day, man, I just want to make sure that y'all can get in your questions before we wrap up. So go ahead, sir.
So this is pretty much a production strictly question, but like, what's your favorite synth to use? Because like, I'm an artist and I produce all my own beats from the first note all the way to the master. So like, what's your favorite synth to use, I guess? Do you have one?
I don't really have a favorite one. My favorite, I guess VST would probably like Omnisphere. What's the other one? Yeah, Omnisphere.
For basses, I like Trillion.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
Cat.
Trillion.
Yeah, I go to Omnisphere
It's
a
a
lot,
million
too.
of them, dog.
Nexus used to be the shit. It still is. It's cool. But
Nexus.
Omnisphere, Nexus, and
Output, dope. You like output? You use that?
What's that?
Output? Yeah,
Output
I like
hard.
that sound. But I like to edit my sounds too. I like to take a sound and just freak it. I try not to get hung up on the sounds like that. You know what I'm saying? I try to create new ones. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if you ain't gonna remember it, like write it down. I seen like 1 or 2 people taking notes, or like, you know what I'm saying, when you ask a question, because you look like you might not remember this shit. When I said output, you was like,
Believe that.
Well, I'm not too familiar with Output, but Omnisphere and
look
Nexus.
up output. That shit will change your life. And it's expensive, you know what I'm saying? For all of the packages, it's about 2,000. You know what I'm saying? But you can start off with one of them, 300, 400.
Get that contact too.
Okay.
Here we go.
Take some notes.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, how y'all doing? I had a question more towards the producers. I wanted to know, when you guys are creating, from conceptualizing a track or a beat, do y'all go in with the mind state of it's gonna be just another record recorded or a hit record? I know for Mr. Hanky, for the last decade, he's came out with a number of hits, even when he was with Smurf. And I want to know that, as far as a producer, do y'all know, like, yo, I'm going in, this is gonna be a hit, or just a record I'm just recording, and it, by chance becomes a hit and goes on the Billboard?
Fun.
Yeah.
Having fun.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Shooting the shots. The more shots you shoot, the better chance one I'm going in. So if I go in with Drake, I'm doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 songs. Waka, same thing. Gucci, same thing. Rocco.
Yep.
Do as many songs as you can.
As many hits as we got a lot of hits that weren't, a lot of records that weren't hits,
So you don't go in saying,
of course,
yourself,
of course we
want
all want to go in and create hits. We would love that, but like you said, it's just about repetition and, the probability of chances, hitting. That's it.
Cool. All right, thank you.
Trap.
Good, Trap.
Yeah, man, look, when you go in there making a beat, is to piggyback off of what Drumma Boy said, it's a shot. So, like you said, you're going to connect on one of them. Just keep shooting. You're going to miss, but you're going to make one eventually. You feel me?
You got to play the numbers, man. The more you shoot, the better off you're going to be.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Young lady?
Okay, this is coming from an artist standpoint to a producer. When an artist comes to you and tries to get a beat created, how can they relay the type of beat they're looking for? Because when I go to some producers, I have this style in my head that I hear it, but when I'm trying to relay it to them, I don't know how to go about doing that.
Find what you like and give us an example. Like when you write a term paper, you got to list examples, a resource. Where did you get this information from? What is the sound that you're looking for? Hey, well, it might be Beyonce. This Crazy in Love, or it might be a particular drum loop that you hear and say, hey, I want different chords, but this is the drum loop, this is the tempo. You know what I mean? And learn tempo, understand BPM, understand what you want to feel comfortable with on stage, because you got to perform the record. So I tell people all the time, like, find a song that's comfortable for you, and then kind of give us an example of that.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on with y'all? What's going on with y'all? My question is, as far as, building your business, I know some of you all kind of touched on, the back end and some of the trial and errors. But my question is, as far as when you're building your business, I know the hit records, the concerts, the shows, all that's cool. But as far as while you're building your business, I just want somebody to touch on, building the back end, building the system. I know somebody mentioned publishing contracts and deals and templates. So as far as the back end, building the back end for artists, because all that showboat stuff don't matter if you can't duplicate and scale.
I want to hit it. Go ahead, Prince. Oh, go ahead, Cash. One of y'all, man.
Well, me personally, what I did was, speaking back on R. Kelly, I had got a record with R. Kelly back in like 2013, and I just used the money I got off that record to purchase a business, it was my barbershop, and it kept me going with the music. Because sometimes, like you say, back end, you got to wait on checks. All of us probably still waiting on checks from labels, so it take time. That's where the love come in at. So what I did was I just invested in something that create money for me. You know what I'm saying? Between the times of the music and stuff like that. So.
And it's about your team too.
Yeah.
You got to put a team together.
And I was about to say too, I know we live in the do-it-yourself generation right now, but get an attorney, like a real entertainment attorney on your team.
That's right.
Because a lot of y'all be trying to figure shit out on your own that somebody else done told you, and y'all done, sold all your rights away for $200, $300. So get a real attorney.
Get a real good attorney. And there's plenty of them up here tonight. Go ahead, brother.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy DJ AT, y'all Atlanta Style.
So let's roll. 3 minutes. Come
on. I just want to ask y'all a quick question. What is the status on sampling clearance and how y'all get y'all business done with that when y'all take a song and then sometimes y'all do sampling clearances?
Well, basically on sample clearances, there are a couple companies, DMG Clearance. I know me and Stoopid did a record for independent artists, and it was a sample in there, and we took it through DMG before the artist did. As a producer, we did. As a manager, I did. So that when we sold a record, we knew it was clear. And we came back. The sample clearance was a Montel Jordan wrote Deborah Cox record. I forgot. What's the name of that record? But anyways, it was a hit. Why? How did you get here? How did you get here? That was in the record.
He said
Montel wrote back and said, I know this is going to be a hit. He clears his own records through DMG. So he wrote back and said, I know this is going to be a hit, but I cannot clear it. So if we didn't go through clearance and put it out, guess what? It stopped. And we don't have no money. Everybody can't get paid. So that's the business.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can get these last couple of questions in, man. I want to make sure everybody gets this in. Go ahead, brother.
What's going on, everybody?
That's out, right? Yeah.
My name is Myron Moran. Pretty much, shouts out to Prince Howard, my man, my mentor right there. Teach me how to get this money. But I work with Leveled Up and QC as well. We just signed Leighton Green, Camouflage, daughter.
Shout out to Official.
Flage. But I also work for a digital tech company. So this is a tech question for everybody up here, all producers. I work for this lady over in China. She's looking for some producers that would like to work with her artificial intelligence. And that's why I'm here today to talk to y'all about, see if y'all be interested in a motif license. And she actually paying out advances as well. But she's trying to get all American producers that want to create music with her artificial intelligence to take around to China and to like Taiwan. So if y'all interested, Prince Howard know me very well. Y'all can get my information from him. And pretty much this right here, I got some more information on it. And for all the artists in here, how I really started is getting the Who's Looking list. And that's what I got. And I can make a copy and send it to all y'all. And that can be your first start. Because I start landing placements with my brother, Cecil Miller.
Brother, I need to get to the question.
Okay,
I appreciate you, but I need
okay,
the
well, the question for y'all
Yeah.
is if y'all like to sign up for this artificial intelligence, we pretty much like TikTok, and you get a free drum machine when you do sign up, unlike TikTok. So if y'all interested, I'll be right there if y'all like to do it. And that was my question.
Thank you, brother. Go ahead, Benji.
All right, what's up? Benji the Ruler from The Real Right Show.
Appreciate you,
Quick
man.
question for the producers. How important is it for the producer to promote the record as important as it is for the artist to promote it?
Well, I mean, your name is
Good
attached
question.
to it. So anything with my name on it, like, I'm giving you the education in the business. So like when you buy a beat from me, I'm walking you through the process of getting your own ISRC coding, copywriting, who's the management, who is the entertainment lawyer, making sure we have all of these things set, what the artwork look like, who is the artist, you know what I mean, and promoting that as far as posting. You follow me on @Drumma Boy Fresh. Everybody see I post heavily with everything that I produce. This is like half of your brand. You know what I'm saying? Your name is a part of this. So if you don't promote it, you'll have a better chance of shit flopping. You know what I mean? You can't depend, especially if it's a new artist. You know what I mean? And you got to give that game to that new artist on the best possible scenario to win. Like when I'm working with Rocco was a label executive, first time artist, no deal. You know what I mean? And he listened. I was like, bro, you got to go to every club popping. All we knew was Atlanta. We ain't think about nothing else but Atlanta. Every club popping Monday, every club popping Tuesday, every club popping Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By the next Monday, I'ma Do Me was the hottest record in Atlanta. $1.5 million deal. Jermaine Dupri like, man, on Monica. I need your nigga. You know what I mean? And it lined itself up. So it's like you have to get out and do the footwork and the grind, touching these DJs face to face, as well as social media campaigns. People doing Facebook ads and all that shit, promoting on Instagram. That's cool. But these folks, I got DJs who, even my artists, they like, damn, John, when you send out a record through DJs, man, your artist ain't came to see me yet.
That's
Number
real
one
talk,
thing,
yeah.
DJ, your artist ain't came to see me yet, man. Get out, go see these DJs face to face.
All right, my name PD Dada. My own question go to the producers. I just want to know, like, on collab tape, like how y'all, like, is it better to like to have a vibe with the artist so y'all can make like harder beats? Cause I know y'all make beats like on spot, you feel me? So I was like, is it better to like have a vibe or feel their energy or feel where they going with it, you feel me? Or feel they pain, you feel me? They hurt, you feel me? Is it better to go like that to make the collab tape harder, or can y'all just make a beat?
It's doing it all.
Yeah, a little both, you know.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make the beat from scratch. You might have to email the beat. Quavo hit me up there in New York, man. He hit me on Twitter. I didn't even know it was the Real Migo account. I was like, I don't know about this one, you know what I'm saying? But I hit back, he was like, yeah, this Quavo, da da da. I was like, all right. I took a chance. You know what I'm saying? Sent 5 beats. He hit me back, look at my dad. Just out the blue. You know what I mean? Sometimes you, especially with bigger artists, they don't want you in the studio sometimes. Don't be mad about it. Like, I love being on spot, giving my vibe, my energy, but it's a lot of artists that's just like, man, look, Drum, I'm in here for 2 hours. I'm in a whole nother city. Just email me some shit. And it's on you if you catch it and email it. You know what I mean? Be prepared when the opportunity presents itself.
Cause they on tour doing all kind of stuff, doing all kind of shows, you know.
Appreciate you. Last question.
Hey guys, so my question is, if you all are working with an artist who does not necessarily have enough money to pay for all the beats, especially because you're, you know, like I said, build, you might do 30 records before you really get one that you actually like. If we don't have the money to pay for that, do you all feel like you're supposed to have a part of the masters? Because I'm working with someone who I can't necessarily pay them for all the records, and they're like, well, if you're not paying for it, I'll do it for free, but I have to own some of the masters.
Yep.
So do y'all own some of the masters, and if so, what percentage is a good percentage for y'all to own?
It's really just based on what y'all two worked out in the room, but it's best to try to get the money up and just buy it, that way you can avoid all that.
Yeah.
It's like you got studio fees, you got engineer costs, and we call them like POs. You know what I mean? You got a studio session report, right? Where I work at. Okay, so it's an engineer. I pay my engineer. The beats are a cost. The studio time is a cost. And all of these costs, let's say you get a deal a year from now, and we get $1 million deal. Let's say you got a bill tab over here with me for $63,000. That $63,000 gonna come out that $1 million that we do our deal with. You know what I mean? And that's how usually is structured if I really believe in you like that to invest that those upfront costs.
A prime example, I had a producer and we did a situation with Roy Jones, his sons, and we put their project together. Well, they didn't have the money. Now this is Roy Jones now, but they didn't want to pay for the production. So what I said was, I said, okay, you don't have the money. I was managing the producer. We putting together. I said, look, we're gonna do a JV deal between your company and my producer's company, and we're gonna make sure we get paid when we take this to go get a deal, and that's what happened.
I thank you so much for your questions. I want y'all to give it up for my panelists, man, please. You got Silky Don, Cash Clay Beats.
Thank you.
Publishing Guru, Drumma Boy, Hanky Beats, Stoopid Beats, Rockie Bivens, and you already know my man Trap. Want to let y'all know we're going to take a short break, and I need y'all back at 3